There we go. I didn't turn the audio on because I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys.
All of us.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I hadn't turned the audio on there. I turned it off for while I stream races. As I was saying, it is the season finale of Tier 3 here at CDR, which is the final race of Season 1. I have Avalanche here joining me, and I will be sending him an invite back into the session, so bear with me a sec.
Not a good start from the boss man, but we hope you're going to enjoy the racing as much as we do. So qualifying is up and running. I'll just get in to give you some feedback, and yeah, there we go. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, China, as I described it last week, it is the place for full sense and ambitious overtakes. It is literally the place where you want to be if you've got a championship position in the balance, with turn 1 through to 5 being prime places to overtake in sector 1 and 2, and then obviously you've got the hairpin at the end of the DRS straight, which if you line it up well enough, a switchback is definitely on the cards. And that will be nice to see if a few of these can pull it off. Let's see who is... That is Barkmandu coming across the line for the... I think he's the first man across the line to start his lap.
Alright, I'm also in, so let's get some telemetry up here for me, and right, so it's a short quali, it's only 40 minutes, so Kieran, whatever time the guys qualify here, that's the time that we'll start the race on.
Avi, you might want to notice the fact that there's a Q1 in the corner, mate.
Oh, there we go, Q1, so yeah, so this is just to set a lap, really 50 drivers on track, so we will not lose anyone in this session unless someone makes friends with the wall. But in essence, if they don't, all 15 will go through to the next round. Normally you would lose 5 drivers in Q1 if there's 20. Yeah, Kieran, this is probably just to set a lap time, get used to the track. Some practice did go in obviously with some of the drivers, but yeah, just get a feel of the track and the track conditions.
Yeah, exactly that. Also Bosso doing a 31.9 to start Q1 off with. It's not the best lap he could have been hoping for, but it's not the worst to start. And as you said, yeah, China, very easy to meet a wall anywhere, especially coming onto the DRS straight. If you lose the rear at that long right-hander, it could be game over immediately. It's a horrible corner
absolutely.
to get wrong. The rear is just very loose. As Tunable does a 131.1, immediately 8 tenths quicker. Barkmandu has done a 32.3, Warrior Huntsman a 32.4.
Yeah, Ninja is on an outlap now as well in the Mercedes. Tom Hanger, he's still in the pits.
Yeah.
And let's see who's on a flyer.
So we have...
So Warrior Huntsman goes fifth with a 132.4.
We have, please teabag me in the comments section saying that he can't make it today. Unfortunately, his car broke down on his way home from work or seeing family or something like that. Unfortunately, he can't make the season finale, but we'll see you again next season, Colin.
Yeah, I don't know what's the worst, your actual car breaking down, or in the game.
Yeah.
that could be hard. So all the best for you, mate. Hopefully, get the car sorted, get back safe home. Paranoid's also on an outlap, so is CDR Hounds.
Ninja is.
Kieran, I don't expect really any major lap times here. I just think the guys are going to put on lap times just to get through. Maybe look well after these tyres if you want to do a double run in Q3 on a soft. So take nice care of them, put a lap on, get into the pits, and start Q2.
Yeah. So I jumped into the Tier 3 practice session earlier just to see where a few of them were at, like quali pace, using like the rich fuel mode that you're entitled to in practice mode, and just using ERS sparingly. There were a couple that were dropping into the mid 31s, mid to high 31s on rich mode and using the ERS where they felt like they wanted to use it instead of hot lap. So moving through quali with track evolution, they should easily be dropping into the low 30s, well, low 31s, maybe a high 30.
Yeah, So let's just see. Ninja's got back into the pit, so he's Guitar Maniac without setting up times. Richie D31, he's on track at the moment. He is in sector 2 at the moment. So,
just starting sector 3.
For him.
This was at the very corner that I was on about. It is very easy to lose the rear because it is a very bumpy exit. As he catches a little bit of a slide and almost loses it going over the curb.
And if you do run wide, there's also track invalidation, so it's literally at the last end of the lap. So for you to start another hot lap and try to gain some ERS again that you've been using is very difficult. So you really don't want to get wide.
Going into this heavy braking zone too, it is very easy to run wide and invalidate your lap there too. And the final corner, it is such an acute angle. The entry just doesn't make sense to this corner because you look at it and you go, it's only a slight left hand down, but then you've got to be wary of the curb on the exit and make sure that you don't overrun and invalidate your lap on the exit.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Hound here. He's coming through sector 3 now. He's on the back straight, so we'll see where this gets him up. The orange wide open for him, so we're trying to get a bit of a slipstream from the car in front. Not sure why the guys do that. That doesn't get you a 10th at all. So
I think it's just something they've picked up through watching real F1. But one thing I have noticed, I did put into the general chat the other day, on Friday before the Tier 1 and 2 races. Let's see some CDR themed helmets for the season finale. And a few of the guys are actually rocking CDR themed helmets for the season finale.
Oh, well done to them. Great stuff. That's nice to see.
So the black, green and gold of the CDR colours, a couple of them are actually rocking CDR helmets. Hound is rocking one, Ninja is rocking one, I believe.
And a bit of proudness and ownership from the league, so well done to them.
Exactly.
Guitar Maniac pops in, he's going to start his hot lap. So I'm with Guitar Maniac, he just started his hot lap. Into sector 1 in the Williams.
As Scotty is coming round into sector 2, he's done a purple sector 1. As he's coming into the middle of sector 2, it is very easy to lose at this double right-hander into the double left. There's an awkward entry and an awkward set of corners in general. I would be lying if I hadn't say I've lost it more than once on the exit of those double left-handers.
Absolutely.
I've met the wall more than once and destroyed my race there on multiple occasions, as Scott is on an absolute flyer. As it does look like he's done in a CDR helmet too, which, yes, he is. That is green, gold and black. So nice to see from him too.
Yeah, Guitar Maniac was on a fly there as well. He purple sector 1 and then just ran slightly wide in sector 2 invalidating, so he's going to have to start all over again. So he's done 0 laps so far, so he's going to have another go at this.
That's a solid lap from Scott. That is a 31.1.
Yeah, good lap by Scotty. Well played.
So he's only just picked tunable into provisional P1, but that's promising moving into the remainder of qualifying. As Kane Lowry, Kane Lowry has had an accident somewhere. That is sector 2. That is the end of middle of sector 2.
Yeah, that's it.
That is at that fast right-hander that I was on about, where it meets the double left-hander. So exactly where I was saying it is easy to lose it. So Sniper's race needs to just set a lap and he's through. Essentially.
Yeah, the same with Guitar Maniac. He also just needs to set a lap. Same with Gameful and Ninja. So Ninja is he invalidated again.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, this is a rule that not a lot of people actually realise is a rule. So if a car crashes out in qualifying after they've set a lap, regardless of if the guy behind them had set a lap, if there's only 16 of you, the guy that qualified in 16th will not go through because of the 107% rule.
Yep, that's it.
So as long as you are 107% slower, so say if a 132.7 has been done, you can't be any slower than a 133.2 to progress through to qualifying. If you are, then you have breached the rule and you just won't be allowed to progress and you will start in P16. This has caught quite a few people out because it's a rule they don't realise exists.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just with the CDR Ninja here. Let's see if he starts another hot lap. Guys are battling with track limits at the moment, Kieran, especially the bottom 4, 5. They haven't set up lap times yet, and it's almost like they're being caught out for trying to push a bit too hard. But yeah, if you want to get on board with Ninja, he's just starting his hot lap now.
Yeah, I'm on board with him.
So let's see how he goes through turn 1. Yeah, you want to clip the inside there, let it run slightly wide, get a good entry in here. You need lots of rotation in the car here. Get on the throttle slightly. There's where the rotation comes through. Easy on the throttle, don't lose the back end. Yeah, well played. Get the car straight as possible. And then you just want to nail it down here. You want to clip this inside, might get you a couple of hundreds. And then hard braking in here. Once again, you want to clip the apex on the inside like he's done there. Good rotation on the throttle, pull the car straight forward. Now it's these left-handers, which Kieran was talking about. So the first one coming up now. Hug the inside, opens up for the right. There we go. Good touch on the inside. Heavy braking. Yeah, there we go. Clipping.
And then flat out from the exit.
Brilliant. Yeah, flat out. Don't run wide there because it will invalidate your lap. And now heavy braking turn again. And you can almost run over this curve sometimes if your ride out allows it. But he's doing well. Getting to third. Don't run wide because you will lose so much time, which he does. But he's going to pull it straight. He just needs to set a lap time onto the back straight. And once again, trying to get, I don't know, maybe a microsecond there. But Dion is wide open. Let's see how he handles the braking zone in the last part here. This is a very heavy braking zone. Right-hander, good rotation in the car, which he gets, yeah. And now, you do not want to invalidate this. This is where the pressure comes on. Just by the board, brake, turn, accelerate. A little bit tentative through there. Dion is wide open. But that's enough to get it through. That's a 133. Yeah. Well done.
So, with that final corner, I've come to realise in the amount of races I've done around here, the little pole that is on the apex, well, just past, like, just on the AstroTurf, on the inside of the apex, as long as you don't clip that, you are inside track limits.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people, Kieran, is maybe not so much battling with getting that corner right. I think it's the braking zone, because a lot of people try to aim for the shadow with the board, because that's what all the YouTubers tell you is brake at the shadow of the board. Well, if it's overcast, there's no shadow. So you need to get something else to give you a brake mark. Oh, that was a bit close there from Ninja. But nevertheless, they are past. Richie is still in the pits. Hound's done a 134.2. Gainful odds. He's invalidated. Let me just have a look here.
I'm just on
Maniac is in sector 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Paranoid, who is currently half a second down on his previous best. So, and he's just got into it with his teammate by the looks of it.
I'm currently on board with Guitar Maniac. Let's see if he can put up a time. He just needs a time. 3 minutes left in Q1. All you need is a time from Gainful, Guitar, and Sniper's race. So let's see. DRS wide open for him.
Yep, as Guitar Maniac coming down it. It's not really the braking zone of this hairpin that makes it difficult. It's as you approach the turning point, that curb just looks like it doesn't belong to be there.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. So
it just makes the corner such a weird angle to take.
Right, 11th for Guitar Maniac, 133.4. That's good enough to see him through. We've obviously lost Kane Lowry, so everyone should go through. We're expecting times from Gainful odds.
Yeah.
And also, the Sniper is again in the
Sniper and Dan are tier 2, and they won't set a qualifying time. They're just here to help fill to help the tier 3 guys with things that need to be done, and essentially they'll retire a couple laps from the end of the race.
Alright, yeah, cool banana. So we're not going to pay too much attention to those two.
No,
we'll have a look at the other 15.
It's, do you know, when you're first starting the game yourself and you're new to league racing, and that experienced guy comes along and will join you in a race and give you a little bit of helping hand developing your racecraft by pushing the limits of what you feel is comfortable. So yeah, they'll just shove the car up the inside of you, knowing full well that they can make the corner, but you won't be used to or comfortable having the car there while trying to take a right-hander. So that's the sort of thing they'll be doing. It's just to help improve racecraft for some of the guys in here, just racing with an experienced guy, seeing on how they get on, the sort of lines
Yeah,
that
so
the
let's
more
see if
experienced guys
Gainful
will
can get
take.
a time up here for us, Kieran. Let's see, he needs just to put a time up. That's a 1:34.2. That's good enough. And I think that's quality done. I don't see, I'm not sure why Paranoid's on an outlap again. Probably you set the tires. I'm pretty sure it's not new. Not really understanding why you would use two sets of tires in Q1, but maybe it's a used set. Just trying to find his way a little bit around the track. Minimal adjustments you can make to your car setup except for front wing and maybe brake bias because you're on park firmware conditions, so you can't really change anything. But,
No, you can't.
yeah, so he's probably just trying to find some rhythm. I've got to tracks where I've practiced a lot and all of a sudden on race day you just can't find the rhythm, so get what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And there is time available for that.
I'm the exact same, in fairness. So on certain tracks, I know that the least amount of laps I do going into the race, the better I'll perform in the race. Because I haven't overdriven the track and I'm not overthinking every corner. And then some tracks I go into and I know I need the practice. So, and it's just one of those awkward fine-tuning moments. And we have had a comment in the YouTube section. Sorry for ignoring this for the last like 10 minutes. It has been sat there. Ryan Von Oss saying that he wants a CDR helmet. There is nothing stopping you going into the customization menu of the F1 games and creating one yourself. There are a few examples in the general chat of the CDR server. So feel free to do it and then put up your own interpretation of the league colours and let us see what you can do.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So qualifying officially over. It's just counting down for the times to go. Obviously provisional polls are past Scotty for the 1:31.1. But relatively close in the field. But you don't expect the guys to run low fields. You don't expect them to push as hard as they should. I think it's going to be interesting in quality 2 to see what tyre choice the guys do choose. This car's very aggressive on tyres. So
very
it will
aggressive.
be surprising to see people going out on softs in Q1 or Q2. But let's have a look. So the only person we've lost in this session is Kane Lowry. He lost the car just at the end of sector 2. So he will not take part. So we'll only have 14 drivers left in Q2. Let me just see who we're waiting for.
So it is Paranoid that we are... Oh no, Paranoid's crossed the lane. Who are we actually waiting on? There we go. It's just...
We're not waiting for anyone.
All the game just had a moment. So China is one of those tracks of where the one-stop strategy is the one that you need to be on. So the medium to hards, it is ideally the only strategy you should be aiming to do around here. Because the softs will just go off within 4 to 7 laps. The mediums, you'll do maybe 14 to 15 on a good day if your tyre wears there. And the hards, if you're starting at the back of the field, like P11 back, you might want to consider starting them, and then at the end of the race you're on the fresher, faster mediums. But you might also lose too much time to start the race on.
Yeah, I'm a strong believer in that. So do the alternate strategy when you're outside of the top 10. Safety cars will help you out. Keep your track position. You might, win 5-6 places for the safety car. You stay out of trouble in turn 1 anyway because you're not, really in that midfield battle pack. And hang it out. Just get your lap times up. Make sure that you're trying to stick with the medium guys. And end of the race, you go to the mediums. And
they're on the hard tyres or the soft tyres that have died. So you're going to be gaining massively if you're on the alternative strategy. But it's the amount of... You've got to try and take as much life out of the hards in the early stint as possible to keep with the medium and soft runners in order to make that strategy work. So the only time it would work is if you've just had a bad quali but you've got the pace. But if ideally it's just got to be the typical soft to hard, the medium to hard tyre strat around here.
Yeah, and if you're new to this, basically 3 tyre choices up for grabs for every race week. It's the softer compound tyre, which is the red stripe tyre, which is the faster but the less durable. Then you've got the medium, which is the yellow stripe tyre, slightly slower than the softs but a bit more durable. And then the hard compound tyre, and it says it all, basically white stripe tyre, hard compound, very durable, the slower of the 3 compounds. and each track basically gives you an indication of what the preferred strategy is. If you just joined us, it's Q2, 14 minutes to go. This is CDR Racing, this is China, our last race of season 1. We're so looking forward to season 2 on the new game. So welcome if you just joined the stream. 14 drivers left. We lost one driver, Kainari, in Q1 with a spin out, but it's good to go, and let's see what tyres the guys put on.
Yeah, actually that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a look and see what everybody has got fitted. So Ninja has the mediums fitted, Tunable has mediums, Gainful has the softs, Mage has the mediums, also soft, Warrior Huntsman on the mediums, Brian Dino, Rich are both on softs, Scotty on mediums, Dan on softs, Sparkmandu on softs, and then everybody else on mediums. I will say this, and it's not me just picking a favourite, I have raced with Warrior Huntsman around here previously in more than one league. I can't seem to get rid of him. Wherever I go, he's there. It's great. And his pace around here, his race day pace, is brilliant. And he knows what tyre to be on at what time. So he could be a danger for the race. I'm not sure if his quali pace will be there. But in the race, I think he'll be in and around the podium.
Yeah, so you know, I've got all my eyes on Tunable. He's obviously an FTR driver, so he's joined us very late in season 3.
3 or 4 races ago, he joined us.
Yeah, so very excited to see him. I haven't been really in a position to actually see him race, so I'm very excited for him. I did send him a good luck message a bit earlier, so excited to see what he can do in CDR. Yeah, and looking at it, what I've seen a lot of times is that quali pace, a lot of the guys can't transfer that into race pace. So it's always better to have good race pace, because that's over 30 or 40 laps, whereas, you know, a quali pace is just one lap. One lap's not going to win you the race. So
exactly, it's
to see also
the race isn't won at turn 1.
I've been saying that so many times. But I mean, I'm being ignored all the time, majority of the time. But anyway, let's go to Ryan Dino. He is on softs. Weird strategy by him. Probably just want to get a lap up. Richie is also on the softs, and so is...
I'm on board with Hound, who is coming into the hairpin at the end of the DRS straight, and he is on mediums. So he should be looking at around about a 133, 134 on the mediums if he's going to get through. Obviously, with them being about 1.2 seconds. Oh no! Oh, that's a big moment.
No,
well held, though. Well held.
Well held. Didn't invalidate that, but lost a bit of time at 134.9. So yeah, that's cutting it very close with cutoff. I still think cutoff's going to probably be about a 132.5, maybe a 133 flat. So let's see how bad I am. Hopefully not that bad. And let's just have a look. Ozzo Bozo is still in the pits. There we go. Tunable tops the chart with a 131.7. That's the first go for him on the mediums. And important, Kieran, in Q2 to look after these tires. You really just want to do one lap. You do not want to invalidate. You do not want to go 2-3 laps on these tires, because this is the tire that you will start the race on, barring that there is no weather changes. So if the race starts on intermediates, then obviously the tire that you're doing now doesn't have a problem. Yeah. But you don't want to go in the race this aggressive track with tire wear with 10-11% wear of tires. It's just going to make your stints very difficult to manage at the end of the day.
Yes, 100% agree. Friday I ended up needing 2 new front wings within 8 laps. I ended up just on the second stint, just putting on this. For the first stop, I just decided I wanted to stay on the same set of mediums and just 2-stop it. And then on lap 8, I was like, you know what? After I got out of the pits, there's 19 laps left. Hard tyres are just going to have to do. Come out of the pits, dead last, and recovery drive mode enabled. Not going to lie, lost my head, screamed and shouted quite a bit. And after I calmed down, grabbed my headset back, apologised to everyone, and then just cracked on with the rest of the race.
Alright, so just getting onto the comments here. Eric Blenner saying the game glitched out in Q2. Yeah, mate, that's unfortunate. Like I said earlier, we can't wait to get into F1 2021. Under probably new supervision and a bit of management from the Codemasters or from EA Sports, so hopefully things will be a bit better there. Unfortunate from your side, but I think the first punches has been thrown. It's Q2, 8 minutes gone already. It is Tunable who's punched the hardest so far in the mediums. Orion Dino is currently in second, and Bob Vandu is in third on softs.
Gainful Odds is just on a purple sector 1, and he is looking in fine form.
Right, so while you're having a look at him,
I just have one question. How is Gainful Odds managing to run the number 3 on his car? When all official drivers' numbers were taken.
No, it's not a 3. I'm not sure. Let me just have a look quickly.
It looks like it's a number 3.
Yeah. Oh my god, let me just put my glasses on. Agent is getting back to me. So I can see that the car is black and yellow, which is great from my perspective. But names and numbers is a different scenario. So let's have a look here and let's see how good your eyes are. Very well played, young man. So I'm just waiting for him.
Oh, is that a 31?
Kieran,
I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe some classes here for you. Mate, that's a 3.
Yeah, exactly. Which is Ricardo's number.
My god, it is a 3. Well, my glasses is clean. Yeah, it's a 3.
Yeah,
okay, let's not get hyped up about that, but that's quite weird. I mean, I didn't even pick that up. What's spotted? Mr. Commentator, what's spotted? I'm still going to start calling you Crofty. But you see all these things that I don't see. So well played, mate. So the only guys who, Mage, and I hope I got that right, he is in 11th at the moment. He's starting to set a time, so he's on an outlap. Ozzo Bozo, he's in sector 3. If you want to jump in with him, Kieran, he's in a super sexy Red Bull. Oh God, don't I love the Red Bull cars. He's in sector 3 at the moment. Come on, Ozzo, make me proud. There's nothing much to be proud of in the FTR about Red Bull, so let's see if he can make it good.
Remember, guys, after this, the next time we will go live, it will be for the driver draw and constructors draw for season 2, which you guys might want to jump into on the official Facebook page for CDR. So if you've not already given it a like and a follow, I would highly suggest doing that, so then you get to see all of the beautiful admin and the co-owners drawing the teams and constructors for next season.
I'm quite worried about the beautiful part there, Kieran, my word. I'm not sure who in the admin is beautiful. Maybe Dan is.
His beard is glorious.
Or maybe you're just making some nice inroads for yourself here. Unfortunately for Ozzo Bozo, he invalidated this lap. So this is a scenario that I was talking about earlier. You do not want to do 2-3 laps on the same set of tires, and that's where he is at the moment. He does not have another set of mediums for the session, so it's only one set.
Unless he has chosen the harder compound tire choice, which we also didn't discuss. When we load into the race weekend, as it is, the game gives you the choice between the harder compounds, the balance where you get 4 sets of softs, I think it is, 2 sets of mediums and 2 sets of hards for the race, a set of hards for the race, and then you have the softer compound, which is more softs, 1 less medium, 1 less hard. Essentially, whichever way you go, you get 1 less of each and 1 more of each. The only thing that stays consistent is the mediums, where you get 2 sets, 1 quali set, 1 race set. And if he's chosen the harder set of compounds, then he should have 2 quali sets and 1 race set of mediums.
Yeah, so let's just have a look at the comments here. Right, so just to Stephen there, especially by Stephen Kieran Reid, that
he qualified in 11th.
Yeah, so 11th, that's the answer you were looking for, Stephen. Yeah, so everyone has set times. We're just waiting for my favorite Red Bull to still set a time. I have to say favorite Red Bull. Everyone knows I love Red Bull. I'm hoping that the chat or the constructor's draw will go my way, that I will not find myself in a car that I don't like, but I'm pretty sure I'll find myself in a Benz or something like that.
This is the thing, moving into season 2. We have the new constructors in Aston Martin and Alpine. So there is no pink Mercedes this season. Which
No,
is,
thank God for that, because I tell you what, if I end up in another pink car and anyone calls me Ken, then there will be big problems in this league. Anyway, a special welcome, Kieran. I just want to give a shout out here to Absolute Genevieve. Welcome to the stream. Is all the way from South Africa. I'm pretty sure she and hubby is watching. He's also an avid Formula One racer and he just got the game recently. So hopefully we can get him in here and an STR very soon. But welcome, Genevieve. Hope you enjoy it with hubby. And give us a shout out there.
yeah. Again, to second that, if anyone is here watching the league for the first time and you do want to get involved, on Facebook, it is just CDR Esports, and then we have a CDR drivers page, which is for the driver stream, draw, and things like that. And just if you can't get in contact with us anywhere else, the Discord server will be attached in the comment section below, which I will go and do at some point this evening after the stream is finalized and uploaded. So then you can jump into the server and contact one of the admins in regards to getting into the league that way.
Right, and that advertisement was brought to you by Budweiser. Oh, like Kieran, love that. 2 minutes left in the session. I have to give Kieran some crap here. 2 minutes left in the session, or just over 2 minutes. Guys who is in trouble at the moment is Paranoid, 133.7. Gainful odds, 134.2. Also Bozo, he's on the softs now in the Red Bull, my favorite car. He's in 13th, so he needs to get a time up. And then I would also suggest maybe that Richie and Ninja is probably not that safe, Kieran. I don't think the 133.5.
I wouldn't say they are, because Gainful Odds is also on an outlap on a set of softs. Also Bosso is out on softs. If both of them go quicker, that is...
You know, you can't push those mediums too hard, and I think he's made the decision to see the... You know, the only way that my race probably is going to get safe is with a couple of safety cars. And it might just work for him. He might just go soft hard, or might just go soft medium. Which that is a bit of a stretch, Kieran, but
I think the two-stop strategy. I think the two-stop strategy around here is 4 seconds slower than the one-stop. But if you do have to pace on the medium tire during race trim, you could make it work.
Right, so Kieran, if you want to get on board with Ozzo, so I am following him at the moment. This is the crunch lap for him, really. So he's got 1 minute 20 left. This will be his last go at getting through to Q3. So let's have a look with him. Let's just do a lap around with the Red Bull driver, also Bozo. Hard braking into the right-hander again. Maybe taking a bit too much curb there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he cost himself a lot of exit speed there by the amount of curb he took. You could see the car physically bounce.
He only needs to beat a 133.5. If he can get lower than that, he should be fine. A little bit tentative here in this right-hander. Let's see. Oh, runs a bit wide there, missing the apex, and this is going to... Oh, that was mighty. Lost a lot of time there. Just looks like the front end of that Red Bull is not hooked up properly. He started hitting apexes. There we go. That's one of it. Yeah.
There we go.
The second one. There we
go. Got him hit that apex here.
Now get on it. Get the downforce, the mechanical downforce to work for you. Get on the throttle. Let's see, Kieran, a 133.5.
Also, Bosso has forgotten to turn his hot lap ERS on.
Maybe he is not worried about that. Maybe he wants to have... Kieran, I don't understand if he would like to go another lap, but let's have a look. So one corner to go for him. This quirky left-hander, which is Kieran's favourite. Don't go over the curb.
Is he making it? Is he making it?
Hello there, 132.5.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate he did that with no ERS on?
Well played. Red Bull, well done.
And his teammate being King of the Hills is in P7. Well, now P8.
So both Red Bulls so far looking pretty, which I'm very chuffed about. So
Red Bull
I look at things at the moment...
Yeah, Red Bull being the Tier 3 Constructor Champions this year. With King of the Hills and also Bosso taking the Constructors Championship because it ran as an individual championship compared to the Tier 1 and 2, which ran combined. So, well, congratulations. Actually, I'm going to say this because I haven't said it yet. Congratulations to all the Tier winners and the Constructors Champions. I'm sat in a party with Avalanche who was a part of the combined constructors champions for Tier 1 and 2 with McLaren.
Yeah, but I think I was more like a Sergio Perez kind of driver. I think I brought money into the team, and you know, that's basically what happened there. I didn't have any great results, and I felt really bad for my teammates.
Yeah, I wonder how sore their backs were after that season.
So I was purely in the Red Bull or in that seat, purely based on I think what my country brought to the team, not so much about performance. But I did tell him that if we end up being teammates for next season, I will be much better, hopefully in season 2 in CDR.
In the Red Bull, in the McLarens, didn't we have you, Ruin, and another South African? I believe so. Quick Killer.
Yeah, so Quick Killer had, I think, about 3 teammates before we got together, and we actually became very good friends during that time. We actually had a chat quite regularly. We did a couple of practice sessions together, but it was really the end of the season for me, so there was nothing for me to gain except for trying to get points for the team, which is what I tried to do about 2 weeks ago.
With Q2 all over and done with, Tunable setting the pace out in front, Scotty not too far behind, Ryan Dino finding a surprising turn of pace. This is nice to see. In the Ferrari, Barkmandu in P4, Paranoid in P5, Osso Bosso P6, Huntsman in P7, King of the Hills in P8, Mage in P9, Rich in P10, and we have lost CDR Ninja, Gameful Odds, CDR Hound, and CDR No Fandango, who obviously did not set a time and didn't even qualify, or shouldn't have even qualified. But Ninja is in prime position. He gets a fresh set of mediums to start the race on. Everyone in front of him is on scrubbed in tyres, so they get a lap less, maybe a couple of laps. And his qualifying pace isn't too far of the cars ahead.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I was team principal in that team, I would have probably told Ninja, look, if you're comfortable on the hard, slap the hards on. You're in, you know, you can start on whatever tyre you want. Get those hards on, get them out of the way first, keep track positions through all the safety cars, don't get damaged. Try to stick with the top front runners as far as you can and just make the strategy work for you. But as qualifying starts, Kieran, I am just going to grab myself a bottle of water and I'll be back with you now.
Okay, no worries. So, also Bosso has actually just commented in the YouTube section saying that he did forget his ERS. He did forget to enable it. It has happened to all of us at least once. I've done it on a few occasions myself. I'm not one of those people that run with the hot lap ERS on an out lap. I will turn it off, and then as I come round onto the start finish, I will hit it just before I cross the line. But then you've also got a world of other things to be thinking about as you're crossing the line, so it can be easily forgotten. But solid lap regardless, as we now see who is out on track. Everybody will have the... Why is Ryan Dino out in Q3 on a set of mediums? That is an interesting choice. Avalanche will be back with me in a minute. He's just gone to grab himself a drink, so let's wait for him to get back, as everybody is just on an out lap. The top 5 are out. Do you understand this, Avi? Ryan Dino being out on a set of mediums in Q3.
Once again, Kieran, I think I mentioned it sure that the guys ran out of softs. So if you pick the softer or the medium option tire, you basically have a limited amount of softs available for your, to your disposal. I think he might have ran out of brand new softs, and brand new set of mediums is probably going to be on the same time as two lap old softs. So that could be the position that he's finding himself in.
Okay, this is just me being a little bit pedantic here now. I am getting sick of seeing the Hublot watch manufacturer sponsorship on the side of the Ferrari. It's irritating me. They dropped Hublot a few seasons ago. They moved over to Richard Mille. who did the
Thank goodness
LaFerrari
you're
watch.
not Mattia Bonotto, because I mean, the amount of stuff that you pick up on the car, you pick up numbers, you pick up sponsorship, mate, crafty, my word, good lord.
Yeah, they dropped a Hublot when they got the Mission Winnows. Is it Winnows or Windows?
Winnow.
Yeah,
I'm a big
which
Ducati
is
fan, same sponsor, yeah. There you go.
which is basically just a shell corporation from Marlboro.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to advertise, obviously, cigarettes.
But if you actually look at
well played.
you actually look at the Mission Winnow logo, we're in the light bits of it, so the gaps in between the actual logo, it is the Marlboro logo.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just one of those funny things again. It's like, yeah, I don't think sponsorship's going to make a difference in the amount of people smoking. It's the same as with Heineken. But anyway, that's just personal preference. Kieran, with 8 minutes left here, 10 drivers left, this is for bragging rights. Who to look out for? There we go, Tunable, a 130.0. There, oh my word. That was a very good time there by Tunable.
That is the benchmark for the remainder of the session. If he has got another set of softs free, it may compromise his race. If he's not thinking about using the softs for the race, he could drop back into the pits, grab his soft tyres for the race, and just see how the track evolves. Wait until...
Yeah, I actually think he looked very well after his tyres in Q2 and Q3. I was keeping a close eye on him. And I'm pretty sure he's got 2 sets of brand new softs waiting for him in the pits.
Yeah.
So he's in a very privileged position. Go into the pits, put your new softs on. With about 2 minutes out, go out in case you see someone is getting close to you. But that's going to be hard to beat, Kieran.
Yeah, I am going to say this. It is nice to look at the Tier 3 top 10 going into the season finale and it not being the usual suspects in Q3.
So Kieran, while we wait for these guys to set up lap times, and we'll always follow them around, let's just talk about CDR. I'm not going to put you on the spot now, but you've spoken about a couple of dates that's important for CDR coming in the future. So maybe just for everyone viewing, you know, maybe guys who want to start racing with you or with FTR. For those of you who don't know, FTR is sort of like a silent brother from CDR, if I want to call it that way. Very good friends between the two leagues.
Yeah,
FTR, South African League.
Yeah, the ownership between the two leagues are very, very good friends. Avalanche obviously being the owner of FTR and an admin in CDR. So CDR's driver draw happens at 8 o'clock on the 2nd of August. So a week coming on Monday, coming tomorrow, so 8 days from now. And then the season...
So put that up on your calendars, everyone. The 2nd of August at 8 o'clock, you will get to see the management team of the CDR guys, and they will do the draw. What else are we looking forward to from CDR?
And then we will also have the calendar launch coming at some point this week. So everything is coming in little drips and drabs. The new graphics will be launched at the same time, which is coming from my co-founder Dan's absolutely amazing wife Chloe, who has taken that role on as her own. She is the social media consultant, graphic designer, does everything behind the scenes in regards to the standings, everything like that. She deserves all of the praise she does get, plus some, because the amount of work she puts in is ridiculous, and we wouldn't be able to function as a league without her, because we'd just be 5 guys racing around in circles for 2 hours a week.
And we would kind of enjoy that anyway.
Yeah, we would enjoy that.
So a big shout out to Chloe. I think she will be watching tonight. So Chloe, a big shout out to you.
Yes.
I think from everyone at CDR, and then for myself as well for taking care of us in that way. Kieran, 5 minutes left. We've got Tunable on pole, a provisional pole. Warrior Huntsman in second with a 130.7.
A full 7 tenths behind.
My word. And it's getting very close between really third, fourth, fifth.
The Red Bulls,
I would think, got a bit more in the tank than a 132.1.
Yeah, the Red Bulls are very close together. Then there's half a second to Barkmandu, of which last week I was at work. I got stuck at work due to the UK coming out of a lockdown, all lockdown restrictions being lifted, and it just got crazy as I was supposed to leave and I got asked to stay later. So Clayton and Josh took over comms duty from me, which I thanked them for doing so. And I finished work about an hour late, and I was sat there waiting around to actually get home, and I was sat there watching the race on my phone. And they did an absolutely great job. Barkman and Babodi, who isn't racing this week, at the French GP, they both had standout performances from me. Unfortunately, they weren't Driver of the Week nomination performances, because they were Warrior Huntsman serving a quali ban and then winning the race kind of was self-explanatory.
Yeah, just basically top that up,
Yeah. But standout performances from the season from them, in my opinion. It was nice to see them get solid results and start taking that step forward and start challenging for not the lower end of the points, but the solid midfield points.
Yeah, that's good momentum to take into season 2, and obviously CDR being a very diverse league, there's people from all over the country. Just from our side, from a CDR point of view, if you are still in lockdown, just take care of yourself. I know South Africa is still in lockdown. Our president's having a go at us tonight, so we'll see what he's got to say. And Genevieve is saying here on the group, you can get a beer instead soon, Abby. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm getting withdrawal symptoms for drinking so much water. I feel like I don't think fish really drink water. Maybe a camel. There we go, a camel.
I've been drinking that much water recently. I feel like a cactus.
Yeah, but you guys have got heat waves. We are stuck in very cold conditions in South Africa. Hopefully we'll get out of level 4 lockdown this evening or tomorrow morning. So thanks for that, Genevieve. I'll definitely grab a beer when this is all over and done with. 2.5 minutes to go. Just from an FTR point of view, so we basically announced our driver lineup for next season, season 4. It's been 2 years since FTR's been running. We will be giving our calendar out this week on our YouTube channel, so it will be a video from one of the management members in FTR. Also very happy to have the CDR XD. I know yourself, I know Clay has been driving with us, so is No Fandangle. He's on our management group as well. And then Wild Dog and Quick Kid has also joined us from CDR, so it's great to have this interjoining between the two tiers and loads of respect between the people. So that's great to see. From different sides of the world, people getting together to make racing fun.
Yeah, that's literally... So, honestly, Time, when CDR was initially created, it was created because me and Dan were sick and tired of league owners telling us what we can and couldn't do. We were in similar leagues at the time, and both of us have a very similar personality, and we clashed with the league owners because we thought that certain things could be done a certain way and it would create a better environment for everyone. And the amount of people that we have now in the server in particular leaving messages for us every now and again that says that just little things like, oh, this is a great place to be, the atmosphere is it's really fun, you make everything enjoyable. Little comments like that that make all the hard work in the background worth it, because we all have full-time jobs, we all have families. Well, I don't have a family, but everyone else has a family or a significant other that they're paying attention to, as well as running CDR, which is a full-time job in itself.
Yeah, people need to understand that this is a hobby.
1 second, Tunable has just retired on track.
Spun out, or was that a retirement? Oh my word.
Pulled over and retired on track.
That's going to be painful for him. Yeah,
I was riding on board with him.
Just getting back to things, if you get into a league, you need to familiarize yourself with the rules. It's always difficult when a driver does that because it's probably not intentional, but rules are rules. So Kieran will take care of that obviously a little bit later.
Yes, it will be. It will be seen.
For him, that's hard luck for him, and just reading the rules.
So it's not giving anyone a buy in reality, because it still will go down as a strike on their record, but but penalties and so on have not been rolled into next season. So quali bans, etc., will not be rolled into next season. Any tier 3 driver listening right now, that does not give you a free pass to ready up at the strategy screen.
I bet you what, you called it. Anyway, so qualifying 3 is over and done. We are done
Scott
with
has
quali
just
in
crossed the
China.
line and gone into P2. Left it to
that
the
was a
last
bit-
minute and it's just picked
Yeah,
Warrior
very
Hunts.
good lap.
Like, I was having a conversation with Scott earlier, actually, saying that his one-lap pace is there. The only thing that really let him down when he came into CDR, because he's only been here since, I think, just after between Bahrain and Austria. So between round 3 and round 6. So he's been missing, he missed the first handful of races at most. But when he first came in, his one-lap pace was brilliant. And then he kind of just tailed off during the race. And as shown last week in France by finishing second, well, on the podium, not sure if it was second or third, his race pace is slowly getting there. And
Yeah,
that is exactly what Tier 3
for him.
is about. It is it's for the development of not only racecraft, pace, literally everything that you can imagine that someone needs in a racing environment.
The nice thing you can also take from that, Kieran, is that this game is a year old. A lot of these drivers had raced in other leagues before, and I think me and you had a discussion just before air of how quickly you become tired with the game, in essence, because, you know, week in and week out, you've got three leagues that you race in, so you do the same track maybe 3 times in a season. There's 2 seasons waiting, so it's good to catch some space somewhere now, because with the new game coming out, new cars, new sound, new graphics, new everything, it's like a new present.
This is
you
it.
want to take that momentum into that, but let's just forget about that. It is Trimmable who's on pole this evening with 130.0 in the racing points. Scotty up in second, Warrior Huntsman in third, with Bart Mandu in fourth. Your third row will be Ozzo Bozo and King of the Hills, my favorite team, Red Bull. Well played, gents. And then on the fourth row, you've got Paranoid and Mage, and then your last fifth row is Ryan Dino and Richie. And stuff to look out for is obviously the guys who's going to start on the softs versus the mediums. Kieran, how many laps is lying ahead for us?
28.
28 laps of fun, and like Kieran said earlier, it's time to send it. And I think
China is the place of ambitious overtakes and full sends.
Right, so we don't normally propagate that in any other race, but tonight is different. It's the last race for CDR's
inaugural season.
Yeah, and
Like,
a good season. And from my side, Kieran, I think I just need to get this off my chest as well. I joined you guys, I think, about halfway through. But from my side as well, from a South African point of view and a driver, well done to you and Dan and Chloe and the rest of the team for putting up a good show, a UK league that is seriously competitive, a UK league that's got more than 60 people in the Discord, which I think is fantastic.
We've got 107.
I knew you were going to go there. You're just such a pain with all your... Can you just shut up for 5 seconds and let me get this off my chest? You with your stats, God. Crafty. Anyway, well done to this whole of CDR, because I'm probably going to forget to go there after this race. I am going to get excited somewhere along this race with someone banging into someone. So well done to CDR management. Kieran, well done to you and to Dan for having South Africans in there, for having people all around the world. I know there's a couple of Italians, so buongiorno to all of you.
Tunable is just rated up before the host too.
Oh my gosh. I tell you what, he's not from South Africa. I do not know Tunable.
Chloe has just commented in the YouTube section. Chloe, you missed it earlier. I gave you a shout out that lasted for like a minute. But thank you for everything that you do for us. It is appreciated. And moving into season 2, the hard work that you do will be rewarded. For Christmas, I will send you a bottle of wine or something. Just as a
Chloe,
thank
if I were
you.
you, I would just make double sure that he didn't get that wine from Wish or any really funny website like that. So maybe just check the wine. Maybe just give it to the dog first and see if it turns blue. If it doesn't, then it's all good to drink. I wouldn't trust anything coming from Kieran in a package. But that's just me. If you just joined us, we're having great fun. It's Kieran in the Tom Sports with me, CDR Management. My name is Avalon from FTR. Welcome to China. And as you can see on the pit board there, hopefully Kieran sees the same. A medium stop strategy. It is a one-stopper this evening, lap 12. You can pit window open up at 12 to 16 for the mediums to get onto the hards.
And the ones under 2 stop, it is laps 6 and 12.
Righty.
So I there we go. I didn't even need to look at that for it to come up because I knew he could
I
already.
completely give up with your the amount of stats that you have in your head. I think, can I get Charlie back in the comments box with me? Please, can everyone vote on the YouTube channel just to bring Charlie back? And Charlie, if you're watching from Australia, mate, g'day, mate. I hope you are feeling well. We miss you loads, mate, and hope to see you back soon on track. So all the best to you, Charlie.
Yep.
If you do watch.
So as we come to the start of the race, the long sweeping right-hander to start the race, the last place you want to be in China is on the outside. You will have wanted to start second, third, well, second, fourth, sixth, eighth, so on that right-hand side. You want to be on the inside going into turn one, because if anyone clips anyone, everyone on the outside is being collateral damage.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're new to this, you see the guys sweeping all over the track trying to clean anything. And then you've got the soft guys there, Bart Van Du and also Bozo. Paranoid also in the top 10 on softs. And then a couple of guys on the hards, Kane Lowry, Guitar Maniac and Evil Prime. So it's very important for these guys to get heat into those tires, get brake temperatures up. Turn one, not the easiest turn to go. I would tend to think that all the F1 circuits has got very difficult turn ones. But it is tunable. That's going to get us off the line hopefully first. As the guys line up, we have 20 drivers here this evening. So a couple of people joined late after that, so it's brilliant to see. Kieran, are you going to take us through race time?
I'll let you go away with it. Your accent is better suited to it than mine.
Oh my word, I've had a lot of slack from Dan about my South African accent, so we can always do this in Russia and die. Right, so it is 28 laps waiting for us. We're waiting for Codemasters to give us the lights. I am going to get on board with Tunable here to see how he gets off the line. It is 5 lights. Where away we go. It's the last race in China. A couple of cars going off track on the back there. It is a good start.
That was one of the that was one of the Williams at the back. That looks like Guitar Maniac getting a very bad start, straight off the track from the start. So the car ahead of him must not have gotten away.
Big send there on the inside there from the Red Bull. I think of Oslo Bozo trying to get past Boris Huntsman, but didn't make it stick this round. The first two got away nicely, but also Bozo on the back of Huntsman there. King of the Hill slightly losing out. Further down the field, it all looks good. 3 adrift as they come through, and the Mercedes going on the inside. Clips a couple of cars. That is it. Those plate gone, I think, and that is for Ninja. So we're going to have to see him in the pits with the in plate missing. So he definitely seen that. He was listening to Kieran. Ambitious overtake, trying to take 2 cars on the inside. And we're probably going to see him into the pits soon.
So, as we said, a few guys are starting on the hard tyres, trying to just jump those 2 stoppers, because those hards will go to roundabout what the 2-stop strategy will do. So, as the 2 stoppers are coming in for their second stop, the 1 stoppers from the hards to the mediums will still have 4 or 5 laps left, and they'll be on fresher mediums. And that is an Alfa Romeo in the background.
Oh, big moment there. And
who was in the Alfa Romeo? Yeah. Who was in the Alfa? That was Evil Prime by the looks of things.
Yeah, and
that was Evil Prime.
Yeah, trying to see, look at damage. It looks like all the in-plates are still on board. The Tunable with the fastest lap on lap 1:37.5. So he's on the board with fastest lap.
So DRS is enabled with, obviously, it's 2 DRS zones around China. The start finish straight, and then you have to wait pretty much an entire lap to get the next DRS zone as you come into the front. Literally 3 corners from the end. Well, 2 corners from the end is the second DRS zone. So it's one of those tracks where you've got to try and make up as much ground as possible. That is an ambitious move by Jeremy. A little bit of elbows out. Yeah, so same with mine. It will reset in a minute. As I said, this race is full of guys just optimistic sense.
Optimistic sense. Kieran, that sounds like your driving style, yeah? In general. Or am I being wrong here? I'm going to get some flack now.
No. I am a late breaker. I hold my hands up to that. I do appreciate a move on the brakes. As Gameful picks up the first penalty of the race, with 3 seconds for exceeding track limits, multiple warnings.
Right. So that might be a long afternoon for him.
A very long afternoon. However, China, it is very easy to pick up a warning if you are not really paying attention, especially in the opening laps. But as the field does space out a little bit, like it has done, it could be that he can just keep it within the track limits and the rest of the race doesn't pick up another warning.
Also running very wide there in the second last corner, or in the last corner really. I think he probably got a track warning for that, but he's really trying to stick with Warrior Huntsman, and he is on a softer compound tyre, so he should be slightly faster than Warrior. So well done to the top 3 on the medium, staying ahead of the softs. The only softs featuring at the moment in the top 10 is also in 4th. You've got Paranoid and Bart Van Dudes in 7th, and then Richie and Ryan Dino.
40% of the top 10 are on soft tyres.
Yeah, there we go, Kieran with these extremely annoying stats. Well played, Kieran. I am going to give you so much on this race because this is fun. This is the last race of season 1 and a very successful season, so we can't wait for season 2. The gap between Chinable and Scotty now 1.7 seconds, so Chinable getting into a nice rhythm there. No safety cars out.
I am going to say this though. Scotty comes into his own at the end of the race. That is where his niche is. Do you know? Do you know where you have you know where you have guys that come in like at the beginning of the race, they just check out. Scott seems to be one of those guys who'll manage his tyres, he'll manage his fuel load, he'll manage his ERS, and throughout the race he'll be within touching distance of the car ahead, but he won't be close enough to pick up any turbulent air.
Absolutely. So if you are listening to our stream,
that is a nice move by Jeremy, sorry, on Barkmandu.
Jeremy on Barkmandu. Good move there by him. He's up into 7th. If you hear me slobbering a bit, it is because Genevieve has confirmed that South Africa has gone to level 3. Genevieve, can I buy beer now? Because I'm not sure if I can. I haven't watched the news because there's more important stuff apparently with CDR than news in South Africa. So if you just want to confirm with me if I can buy beer tomorrow, tell you what, I'll be a happy camper. But yeah, a great move there by Jeremy on Barkman. He puts himself up into 7th. Important move for him to get past the softs, although Paranoid is also having a good run. Oh, is he? Ooh, move.
I will. Right. That is a sniper's race up the inside of Ryan Dino at turn. I think it's 5 because.
Yeah, that's turn 5. This could be turn.
Yeah. Obviously because China turn 1 and 2 are the same corner. That was King of the Hills moving slowly.
Yeah. So.
Has he had a moment somewhere?
It probably did. He lost 2-3 places there. He's all the way down into 11th now.
Yeah, it looks like he's missing part of his end plate. I'm not entirely sure. No, his front wing's still just fully intact. He's just lost it on a curb somewhere. Fortunately enough for him, he's on the medium tyre. Just let him cool down a little bit, and they shouldn't be too damaged.
Right, the gap between first and second now over 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds. Chinable pulling the plug. I was wondering when he's going to pull the plug on this. So he's going to try to get that gap up. In terms of undercuts, Kieran...
28 seconds for the pit stop.
Apologies for that big moment there for the half. I think it's Jeremy. No, it's not.
Also, Bosso's retired.
Yes, there we go.
That is a big crash.
Was having a look and big crash by Ozzo. Yeah, and that's going to bring out the virtual safety car, so the guys have to stick.
So the guys that have just dived into the pits, instead of losing 28 seconds, they're only going to lose about 14 to 15 because everybody has to reduce their speed by 40% under the VSC.
Yeah, so Ninja's in the pits. I can see him back into the pit screen, and he's going to slap on a pair of hearts.
They will be coming in.
New front wing for him.
So yeah, the nice little battle going on from Sniper down to King of the Hills as J.K. Lowry is looking to get involved as Jeremy picks up a speeding under the VSC.
That's painful
to drive through. I swear, I hope for the life of me that the one thing that EA, after they took over Codemasters, has actually focused on is fixing the delta, because you can literally be 7 temps up in your delta and go into a braking zone in lean and be 3 temps in the red.
Yeah. It is, yeah,
and
that's
pick
why
up
you
a
see
drive-through like
sometimes the
that.
cars in front of you by 1 second. After the virtual safety car is almost 3 seconds ahead of you. Yeah, that's very painful. But having a look here at Dangle, he's going to have a look at Kane Lowry very soon, gives CRS assistance, so he's getting close to him. And King of the Hills, go on the inside, ambitious, runs a bit wide.
That was Bart Kwandu getting really out.
It says thank you.
So Bart Kwandu is suffering from a little bit of connection issues. I just saw him, it hit the outside pit wall where Albon had his crash in free practice a few years ago for for Toro Rosso at the time, and then just magically ended up in the pits. So that will be something that needs to be checked back on later on in the race. It might just have been a little bit of lag or ping. It happens. As long as it's not affecting anyone.
If you want to jump on there with King of the Hills, he's chasing after Ryan Dino, and I've got a funny sense within the next 2 or 3 corners there's definitely going to be a lunge on the inside coming. I think the softs are basically almost off now. 6 laps on those softs, plus maybe 2 laps in quali. It's 8 laps.
I wouldn't send it for the next half a sector. There is absolutely no point in King of the Hills risking anything now. He is champion. There is no issues about that. It's wrapped up and dealt with.
Yeah. Just maybe stay behind him and see if he ducks into the pits.
No, he's coming up to the DRS zone now. So this DRS detection line there. Give it a couple of seconds.
See,
he's just lining up.
Just stepping out.
Yeah, and overtake open, and he will be in DRS range now. And he will just.
So which side are we going, Fernando Alonso? Are we going to weave? No, we're not going to weave. We're going to stick to the left-hand side. The King of the Hills says, thank you very much. I'm going on the inside, late braking.
Nice apex there.
Nice, brilliant.
And fair enough to Ryan Dino, realising he's on the slow tyre, not really particularly trying to fight King of the Hills
for him,
and just allowing the car to go. It's saving his race as well as saving potentially a collision.
So he's probably going to go for a brand new pair of mediums. So let's see what the Ferrari puts on.
Yep.
And it's a pair of hards. So he goes for the hards.
21 laps on the hards, completely doable. I was on the hards for 19 laps on Friday. By the time I completed the race, they were only 53% worn at worst.
Yeah, it's with the new F1 2021 game that will limit these guys who tries to eke out their tyres. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. While we've got you in the stream, also, what happened? How did you crash there? Just drop a message in the YouTube comments and we will just talk about it for a minute, because I'm interested, as Grace is almost out of ERS. He's on 10% already. It's not a position he wants to be in.
Alright, so the next close battle that I'm having a look at here is Evil Prime is having a go at Hound here. So he is on a fresh set of 6-lap-old hards versus 6-lap-old mediums. Alfa Romeo versus Alpha Tauri. It just seems like Hound's battling a bit to get the car pointed in.
Yeah, he did. We were in a practice session earlier having a conversation about
there
this.
we go.
And he was saying that he was having a little bit of issues with his front end. He was suffering with understeer.
Yeah, you can see that the understeer.
Which to me that suggests a like.
Oh wow! And the McLaren on the inside as well. Is he going to make it?
Oh, what a double overtake that is! If he can get that nailed, if Kane Lowry can get that move done.
Almost.
Oh, unlucky. He came from he was in DRS range, but nobody expected him to just pull out of the dual slipstream.
Now stay far right.
Oh no! Do not bang moves there, guys. Do not bang moves.
That's not the place. Try to undercut to the inside, which he's going to do. Is there space left?
Oh, that's a little love tap.
My word.
Oh, has he still got track position? He has still got track position.
Yeah, everyone is still fine.
They've only lost a little bit of time to Hound, to Evil Prime, but very close racing. A little love tap here and there.
It's all good, it's all good. So Ken Lowry is ahead, but Hound's not going to give up this. I tell you what, he is not giving up this.
No, not giving up whatsoever.
The McLaren just looks to be hooked up slightly better on those
sides. As I was saying about Hound's front end with its understeer. That just seems like he's got a little bit too stiff of front suspension and roll bar. If his front end isn't as loose as he'd like it to be.
For him. Yeah, absolutely. You know, loose car can fuel a little bit of oversteer. It might feel like you're losing the back end. But let's see. I mean, he's on 7-lap old mediums. He's currently in 10th.
Yeah.
Next closest battle is a racer. So SC Race, he is behind No Fandangle, and he's having a good go at him, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big lockup, but he also gets a better run through the corner.
Yeah.
That is, like, it's nice to see the fact that the league owners and admins...
Are we not going in? Yes, he's going into the pits. He was in 2 minds there, late ball.
It's nice to be a part of a league where the owners and the admins will get involved in the lower tiers and try and help improve their racecraft and things like that by them jumping into the races. Even if it's only battling them for a few laps, it gives that little bit of extra experience of when it comes to battling someone in their tier going further forward. And Scrace needed a new front wing. He picked up front wing damage.
Right, so further down the field, up in 16th position, Jeremy is chasing after Ninja. He's on a brand new set of heart. He's got DRS. Is he going to have a look on the inside? Yes, yeah. Ooh, he is. And Ninja just giving him a slight left tap there. Is he going to try to tuck him on the inside undercut? No, not around this time.
Yeah, so, sometimes it's just better to think long term. Like, bearing in mind, they're only just over a quarter of the way through the race.
Yeah,
so there's still a long way to go. And a lot of these guys will be thinking that there's still at least another round of pit stops to come. So
yeah, and you might just be lucky. There might just be a safety car up for waiting, but at the moment, no safety cars yet on lap 10. We had a virtual safety car because of Bozo's spin, but it is tunable now. 4.6 seconds ahead of Scotty. A really good performance by him. Warrior Huntsman in 3rd, and then Sniper. He's got a time penalty. The only driver to get a time penalty so far.
Yeah.
So good.
Gainful Odds and Madge also have a time penalty themselves.
Oh, yeah, but they served it in the pits, yeah.
Nope, they've got 3 seconds.
Oh, yes, I see. I knew that. They pop it up now, sorry. Yeah, but good, in essence, good discipline driving by the drivers. I mean,
yeah,
100%. See a lot of blocks on the right-hand side. And for Tier 3, yeah, well played, well played.
Yeah, 10 laps in, only 3 drivers on penalties. It is nice to see this. There's been a few moves where elbows have been out, and a lot of and a few defensive driving moves where elbows have been out. As Guitar Maniac is actually on the back of Scrace with DRS wide open, but he is almost out of DRS, sorry. So that's going to need a recharge if he can stay within range. Rich is just retired. That is a pit lane retirement, so we will...
Okay, all good.
You can see his car is in the pit and retired. So
yeah, so just probably getting the car in, maybe not feeling it tonight. So good to retire pits and keep it clean, though, not causing any safety calls. So well played there from Richie. Unfortunate for him, but good sportsmanship. So well done, lad.
Yeah, exactly that. If anyone watching has got anything that they want us to discuss, whether or not it's future material from us, or if it's a certain driver that you're a fan of, any questions about the sports, about the sport in general, the game, anything like that, drop a comment, let us know, and we'll happily discuss it while we are discussing the race at the same time. As at the end of the day, we do this for your benefit to get you engaged and not just for ours.
Yeah, this is basically a freebie race because the championship's been wrapped up, like Kieran said earlier. So pop us a comment there in the comment section on YouTube if you want to discuss something, if you've got a question for us, whether it's myself or for Kieran about any of the leagues or the sports. Yeah, let's get a conversation going here. It will be very enjoyable for us as well. So
moving from 2020
so during all this, Kieran Chinable has dropped into the pit. He slapped on a pair of hearts. So he's did his mandatory pit stop. He's stuck behind No Fandangle at the moment. He still needs to pit.
So everybody ahead of him has to pit. And as I said, it's about a 28-second pit stop, didn't I? It took him 26 seconds because he's lost 26 seconds to Scotty, as Scotty was 4 seconds behind.
And he ducks in on the inside of No Fandangle. He's going to make this stick. Yes, he is.
Oh, no. That's smart driving because it now means he gets DRS.
Yeah, and he just gets the undercut into that corner. Yeah. There we go.
And he'll open his DRS in a moment. If he, there we go. Smart driving.
Yeah. So one of our management members from FTR Cars was saying Max Verstappen next week at Zandvoort. I think we're all looking forward to seeing loads of orange in Zandvoort.
For Lando.
Also the first time that we will for the track. Yeah, sure, for Lando. I tell you what, if you are a Max fan, you want to stick close to your telly. You want to hear the first Max, Super Max tune that pops out there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Last week we saw Hamilton in his home country, and the crowd went absolutely nuts. This time around, the favours returned for Max. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting first time around at Zandvoort.
See, I don't think this is going to be it. I don't think Max is actually going to be able to deal with the pressure of his home crowd. Because it's the first time Max has driven at Holland in general.
What,
the last time a Verstappen drove around Zandvoort was Jos Verstappen.
It's fine. Well, luckily it's not as bad as his dad is, so that's good
Yeah.
at least for us. Thank goodness for that.
But yeah, I think...
Good, while we're having a chat, yeah, if you want to just pop into Warrior Huntsman, he is on the back of Evil Prime on fresh sets of hearts, and this is just a matter of time. 11 up all hearts there for Evil. And this William looks racy. He wants to get into the top 5 here.
Yeah, moving from the 2020 game into 2021. Obviously, the new new constructors moving in with Alpine and Aston Martin instead of Renault and Racing Point. But then we also have the change in liveries from the constructors in general. So the Williams has gone from this. I would actually argue this livery was one of the prettiest ones this season from Williams.
I think it's absolutely ugly. I did not like that whatsoever.
I think...
sorry, apologies. I'm thinking that this game...
No, on this game...
It's wonderful for me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In this game, this white one, I think it looks...
The next one definitely does not...
2022 doesn't look...
It looks like a Colgate advert.
Aston Martin looks beautiful underneath the lights of Bahrain. And so does the Alpine. That French royal blue looks absolutely stunning in the game underneath the lights of Bahrain, Abu Dhabi and Singapore. It looks amazing. Like, Codemasters have outdone themselves with the graphics of next year's game.
Right, so after the first round of pit stops, so Tunable did pit and so did Scotty. I think Tunable did lose a bit of time behind No Fandangle. He was 4.8 seconds ahead on the pit stops. He's now 3.6 seconds ahead of Scotty. With Sniper's race still needs to pit. He's on 12 lap of mediums. And the closest battle, they're nicely spread out at the moment.
Scott has actually dropped back. The gap is now 4.4, so it is what it was when they went into the pits. So the overcut has not worked.
Yeah. So
it's left the gap at what it was, and Tunable has got DRS on Sniper.
Right, there we go. So Sniper, yeah, he doesn't really want to battle this at all. He's probably going to duck into the pits maybe in a lap or two. Don't get damaged now. Tunable must also be very clever, just be patient. You might see the Haas just dropping into the pits on this round. Just stay behind him, open up the inside to force him out wide.
There we go.
And he goes into the pits. There we go. And there we go. So normal racing resumes. Tunable in first. I still see Snipers. 3. Okay, well, there goes my telemetry again. Well done, Codemasters.
And thank you, Bother, for that comment, giving the CDR guys a shout out for a phenomenal first season from Abby's guys over at FTR. We have enjoyed having you guys over here, and I assume you guys likewise. Guitar Maniac,
obviously.
Guitar Maniac has DNF'd.
Ooh. I see also there is a car.
That is Madge moving very slowly. He's dropped it in turn 3.
Okay, yeah. Oh my word.
I would be lying to... Actually, there is not a corner on any track where I haven't dropped it at least once. So me saying...
exactly, yeah.
So me saying I would be lying if I hadn't dropped it there when I have dropped it at pretty much every corner known to man.
Yeah.
It is...
So Jeremy going past Dino on the inside. Yes, he makes it 6, so he's past Dino. So Ryan Dino now up into 12th, or down to 12th, and Jeremy up into 11th. He's now 0.7 behind No Fandangle, so he's going to chase after him. 2 CDR guys. Gonna have a go at this. Hopefully some good entertainment. Send it on the inside, Jeremy. And let's see, maybe just use the Ferrari as a breaking point, mate.
Yeah.
Let's see what Dan can do.
This is the thing. I went into the season not particularly liking the Ferrari. I didn't like the way the power unit sounded. As King of the Hills is making a move on Bok Bandu. That was a late move over from Bok Bandu, and he almost lost it.
I saw that. That was very late. My word.
But well held from King of the Hills. Not phased whatsoever, just held his lane. But yeah, I went into this beginning of the season.
But that's what a world champion winner does, Kieran. He just keeps his own cool.
Exactly that. So, beginning of the season, got put in a Ferrari. Didn't particularly like it. I'm not that big of a fan of red. I hate how the power unit sounded. And over the course of the season, I grew to like the sound of the power unit. But I am looking forward to getting rid of it next season. And if I end up back in it again, I will not be happy.
I would not be very unhappy if I get a McLaren next season. I tell you what, the McLaren was, the sound sort of like grew on me. Yeah, awesome car to drive.
The Alpha Tauri with the Honda power unit on the new game, on the downshifts and the turbo like whine, makes it sound amazing. It is one of the only power units I will turn my volume up and listen to.
Right, so we are just over half distance, 15 of 28. No safety cars yet. Spreading out a little bit now. Ken Lowry is probably the next closest battle that we're looking at. He's in DRH race.
Yep, I'm looking at Sniper on the back of Bok Bandu.
Man, yeah, getting nice and close. Good rotation from Ken Lowry. So, lost the back end slightly.
Yeah, the only turn 1 through to turn 4 and 5 you can send it if you have the right line. The one corner I would not suggest sending it at is the final corner, because then it's just going to end up in a twisted wreck of metal.
Alright, so Ken Lowry is lining himself up here for the second DRS zone just behind Evil Prime, so fourth is up for grabs here.
Joshua, you are not supposed to be taking the fastest lap. Jeremy we've setting the fastest lap of the race with a 34 point
Jeremy
something.
A 5 points deduction from next season's championship. Well done, Jeremy. Good lap there, mate.
Yeah, solid lap at this stage of the race. I'll give him his due.
Right, so,
as Ken Lowry sporting the CDR helmet, I'm actually just taking a quick flick through to see Evil Prime also sporting one.
The Evil Prime's one looks very nice though to me. I had a look at it earlier. That looks very good. So let's see if Ken Lowry can make the stick on the back straight with DRS. Evil Prime runs a bit wide, but it gives him a better straightened car out of the corner. Ooh, back in, stepping out for the McLaren there. He's not going to make it through here. I don't think he's got enough.
No, he's lost a little bit of time through losing the rear there. Still look. Oh no, he's just pulling out to see his braking zone. Is he thinking about it? No, surely not. Not from that far back.
There. Yeah. Just telling him that he's there, just making him aware that the McLaren is there.
If anyone wants tips on how to late brake into that hairpin and make it, come and see me after this and I will let you know.
Alright, so second DRS now, he just wants to get as close as possible. I'm looking further down the field. SC Race is very close to Ryan Dean at the moment. They're battling for 12th and for 13th. Basically the same age of tires, 8-lap older hearts versus 6-lap older hearts. Ferrari versus the Racing Points.
You mean Ferrari versus Mercedes, because, you know...
let's call it Big Mercedes, Barbie car, Ken car, Barbie Dream House. I'm not sure what you want to call it. You put me in that car in the first season, or the first part of the season. I did not like you very much during that time of my life. I went through a midlife crisis and I got put into a pink car. That just did not work for me. But glad to move on from
that is exactly why Jeremy is giving him a wide berth. And there is a little bit of a love tap there. That was more than a love tap. That was a front wheel to side pod to get out of my way. That is my line sort of move.
Alright.
But Jeremy not too phased about it. Just cracking on with the job at hand.
There we go. Yeah, running wide, a little bit of pressure behind. Runs wide, Jeremy goes through. Bok Bandu up
and Dan losing a couple positions at the same time.
Right, so Kane Lowry and Evil Prime, that's something you want to get on with Kieran at the moment. These guys are side by side into the last corner. Who's going to budge? No one. My word. Good corner, guys.
Yielding when you need to yield, but holding the line right until the last minute. Playing chicken with your opponent, essentially. Great racing from both of them. Surprisingly, nobody picked up any damage, which it could have ended both of the races, as Kane Lowry is straight back on his gearbox. Hopefully McLaren decide that for the 2022 season they're going to bring back the Golf livery permanently and get rid of this papaya.
Absolutely love that.
I would love to see that again. The one at Monaco a few months ago.
I think it's probably the most beautiful car on track during that race weekend.
Yeah, it was. It's actually the screensaver on my phone at the moment. It's of Daniel Ricciardo coming through the tunnel.
Yeah, no, I tell you what, that's probably one of the most beautiful cars that I've seen in a while in F1. So well done to McLaren for that, and hopefully they'll bring it back soon. So Ginable ahead by 5.5 seconds. 10 laps to go. He's doing his own thing here. Yeah,
he's on very little ERS. Scott has got more ERS, but not much more. Huntsman is a further 5 seconds. The top four are separated by 15 seconds, and they're evenly spaced out between 5-second intervals.
Yeah, that's good driving by the top four there. Kane Lowry really wants to get past Evil Prime. He thinks that he might start running out of time to catch, and he goes eventually. Evil Prime does go into the pits. He's going to slap on a pair of socks, surely. So let's see if he can go for the fastest lap, and the Alfa Romeo is into the pits.
Yeah, Evil Prime looking at one of the drivers to look out for going into Season 2, which we need to start discussing actually. Not only potential race winners today, because still 9 laps left to go, anything could happen. Podium sitters, and guys that we're going to be keeping an eye on in Season 2 of CDR, because at the end of the day, we're at the season finale. A lot of these guys have taken the league racing by the scruff of the neck and have come on leaps and bounds since I'm not even going to be ashamed to say it. I gave them a dressing down after Bahrain, because what I saw wasn't worthy of being broadcast to anyone. It wasn't a good image for the league, and since then the racing has improved by tenfold by everybody involved. So
yeah, absolutely, must agree with that.
It's like they took what was said on the chin, realized that there was a few silly overtakes and overtakes being made somewhere where they really shouldn't have been done, and that is a car off the track. That is that was Evil Prime off the track. No, it wasn't. It was Jeremy, sorry, off the track going into end of Sector 2. So yeah, a lot of these guys have picked up a few things just by being on track with each other. There is a bedding in process for when you join any league. You don't know where the car ahead or behind is going to decide to try to overtake. It takes a couple of weeks to get used to how other people drive.
Absolutely. A big fight here between Fandangle, Evil Prime and Ryan. Oh, and Ryan just bumps out. Oh, big moment there between Ryan and Fandangle. He just clipped the Ferrari two times, and send Fandangle spinning.
So Ferrari spins Ferrari.
Yeah. So sister Ferrari is, well, second-hand Ferrari spins number one Ferrari. But anyway, he's after Ryan Dino. So is he going to do the same to Ryan Dino and just take him also?
He just picked up a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags after he overtook Dan's spun car.
Alright, so he goes, he's just going to run a little bit wider, keep enough space. Yes, he does. And it's true. So I just want to see if there's any damage on that Alpha. No damage.
No.
Yeah. So obviously damage, simulation not working properly. But that was two really forceful left taps there. But anyway, he's gone through. Closest battle on track at the moment. Yeah, it's still Ryan on Evil Prime.
Yeah, that's
7 laps to go.
I will say that was a nice line through there from Ryan. A little bit slow on the accelerator, but his initial entry to the first part of that sequence of corners was spot on. And how is he only doing 195 miles an hour?
Alright, so,
Clayton, I'm not going to read that one out, mate. A little bit of an inside joke between some of the admins here, which comes from the the European Championships that happened a few months ago.
Oh, we're talking Euros now, or we're not allowed to talk to it anymore?
Still not allowed to talk about it.
Still not on. Alright, still not on. Okay, happy with that.
Just wait until the Lions tour of South Africa.
Oh no, you marked us in the first one already, so it's it wasn't by much,
I knew that would shut you up. That's why I said it.
Look, it's I think it's a 3-match series, so we are still world champions, and I can't remember who we beat in the World Cup final. I can't remember that one again. Who was that? Yeah, that's the end of that conversation.
Yes.
Righto, we're back to Formula 1 because this is going to give
as Evil Prime has gone past Mark Van Du with a very nice move.
Indeed.
It was a very nice move in the middle of Sector 2. A very difficult place to overtake.
He's on brand new set of mediums, Kieran, so he should have maximum grip on those tires at the moment.
Yep.
Versus 14-lap-old Hearts. I'll keep on monitoring that gap between him and Sniper because it's 7 seconds at the moment. So let's see what he can do from here. 6 laps to go.
Your boy Tunable has just checked out at the front. Even on the slightly older hards, I think that the only way he's going to be caught is if he creates a problem for himself.
Yeah, but he looks very tunable. A little bit of fun there. But he definitely looks well on top of things. He's not pushing too hard. You can see he's using overtake when he needs to. There's no need to run with 80% ERS. You're not going to use it anyway, so rather use it where you can.
Yeah, except for when you drop below 20% ERS, you do lose up to 50% of your power throughout the lap.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, he's kept that gap on 6.7 seconds quite nice. I'm not sure how many. I'm just going to have a look and see if he's got
that is Ryan Dino getting past Grace.
Yeah, so he's only got 1 warning. Scotty has got nothing. And Warrior's got 2, so Warrior is on his last warning.
Yep, as Jeremy does a 131.7. On 1 lap old softs, so yeah, he's just bolted on a set of softs and deciding that he's going to take fastest lap away from someone else that deserves it.
Okay, well, we're just going to negate that anyway. So
yeah, we're just going to ignore your fastest lap, Jeremy.
Yeah, well done. So we're just going to ignore you for the rest of the week, Jeremy.
Yeah. So
good lap, Jeremy.
Absolute solid lap, but that's a quality lap right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, as that was a racing point, and
yeah, so SC Race is getting very close to Ryan Dino, yeah?
Yep, DRS open.
Slightly younger tyres. Is he going to go on the inside? Yes, he is. Yeah, and Ryan just moves over. Well played, Ryan, knowing that this was bound to happen.
Looked like he was going to come back at him into the hairpin, though.
Yeah, it does. But he's chasing after Bachman do now. The tyres a little bit fresher, but 3 laps not going to make that big a difference on the hards. But he's chasing after the McLaren of Bachman do now for 9th. 7 seconds the gap now between Tunable and Scotty, so he's just opened it up.
Paranoid is actually in prime position, is actually getting chased by Sniper now. Sniper is coming up onto the on his gearbox.
Yeah, so he's on much fresher tyres. 8 laps versus 15 laps. 7 lap difference, so that will make a slight difference at this time of the race.
Oh, 100%. And Sniper is actually free to race completely, as he is a tier 3 reserve. So there is no.
He's also got a time penalty, Kieran, so he needs to take that into consideration if he wants to get past Sniper.
Bearing in mind, he picked this penalty up within the first 5 laps.
Yeah, and it's actually the first 2 laps, but yeah.
Yeah, and that is wheel to wheel through there.
No, that's good.
Just about giving a car's width, but a car's width is all you need to give. That's all I care about. Just giving him a car's width. Allow it, and that is very close. Pulls out for the DRS overtake. He's gonna have it done under braking.
Well, I think Paranoid might just get himself ready for the second DRS. So
no, he's going for the cutback, for the switchback.
And it's got so much overtake left. Not sure why he didn't use any of it. Are we going to see him?
Yeah, he waited for this bit.
There we go. There we go. Use it. Oh, clever.
Great racing from these guys here. As I said, a car's width is all you need to do.
Go wide.
Yep.
Yeah, well played.
But he's got it. Yep, car's width is all you need to leave. Any more than that, and you're just giving yourself any any reason to be overtaken. So this battle is going to be an interesting one for the next 4 laps, as
good racing by both these folks.
Yeah, very, very good racing. Nobody given an inch, but yet nobody banged any wheels or...
Right, I'm a little bit at the back there between SC Race and Bachmandu. These cars are getting very fast with each other as well in the racing point versus... Oh my word, that was lag. Surely that was lag.
Yeah, I saw that. He went straight into the back of him and then disappeared through him.
Right, so Bachmandu obviously battling with internet connection in some kind of way, because I'm on board with him and he's just stuck and forth. So maybe having a bit of a thing issue
that's there. The gearbox issue. There's a gearbox glitch on this game.
My word. Good grief. Alright. But I thought
I'm on board with I'm on board with Sniper's Grace, as he has got Evil Prime to deal with.
Big dive bomb inside.
Kane Lowry picking up 5 seconds for speed in the pit lane. This could get dangerous. 3 cars into 1 does not go.
I tell you what, this is going to be fun. We've got 3 laps left. If you joined us, this is fun. This is the last race of season 1 in CDR. Oh my word, it goes on the inside.
That is beautiful driving.
He makes us stick a little bit of contact on the wheels. Their hand goes up from the Haas driver. Yeah. But in essence, it's going to... Evil Prime is having a go at the Renault, so he's going to come through on the outside. Oh word. Is he?
Nope.
Let's have a look.
Paranoid has got the inside line. This is fantastic driving from these 3 guys.
These 3 are just giving us so much entertainment.
The thing is, they're all just fighting with each other, so none of them are going to particularly pull away from the other one.
No, they're not. This is almost like Moto 3. You need to time your overtake here, because I tell you what else, you'll be a sitting duck. Is he going to have a go at the Reno again? He's going to take the inside line. He's going to force him wide. Is he? Gives him so much space if I was him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a bit more aggressive there, man. Come on, Mr. Prime.
Yeah, commit to the overtake in that position.
Yeah, commit to it. Don't give him space. Right, so Paranoid lost a bit of time. So Sniper's actually bolted now. You see that these 2 guys are bouncing, and he's just bolted.
Yeah, but he is on the... And he's on the fresher tyres. Evil is on
he is.
He's on the freshest tyres and the fastest tyres here. But he is stuck behind a very stubborn Paranoid.
Oh, I tell you what, lose a bit of downforce there in the dirty, but he's going to get DRS. But this is the train that everyone always talks about. Nice in the DRS train, you're not going to get the benefit of anything here, really, yeah.
These guys could actually work together now to leapfrog Sniper's Grace. I just got a 5 second... Grace, sorry, gets a 5 second penalty for speeding the pit lane. And retires the car, evidently. So, Sniper's Grace is... Yeah, the 2 guys behind him in Evil Prime and Paranoid, instead of picking a fight with each other, they could actually work with each other. Yes, they are opponents in rival constructors. But one of them is 2 teammates. So...
To a drift, oh my word.
That all...
He's going to go the long way around. He's going to make this stick. Yes, he is.
Beautiful driving.
Around the outside. Brilliant driving by Prime there. And now he needs to chase after a Sniper, because he needs to get him now. He needs to pull away as quickly as he can.
Bear in mind, Paranoid's going to have DRS now, I believe.
Yeah, and he's got some ERS to his disposal.
I know. Yeah, Paranoid's got DRS. So he's got
absolutely no ERS available.
So yeah, it's got to be a straight tussle. In a moment, I will jump on board with Tunable to see where he finishes the race, well, where he is on track. It looks like he is coming through the middle of Sector 1 with a very slow-moving Ferrari ahead of him. So he is almost halfway around the lap. I don't want to leave this battle, though, because it's...
I am keeping an eye, so...
I will keep an eye on where he is on the little, like, track map, because...
Yeah, Snipers has gone into the pits and he's retired.
Yep, so there's only one pink car to keep an eye on. So it's easy when there's only one pink car. There's a yellow flag in the final sector, actually.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who that is.
That was Jeremy.
Alright.
Alright, final couple of corners for Tunable. We'll ride on board with him and let him get his moment in the sun. You called it at the beginning of the session, actually. You said that he was looking sharp. He qualified on pole, took the race win. No penalties. And 6.7 seconds ahead of the guy behind.
Yeah, he just looked hooked up to me from quali 1, really. I mean, you could see he wasn't pushing in quali 1. Quali 2, he put it up where it was needed. He did his fast lap on only one lap of those mediums. Didn't mess it up. Did the one lap, go into the pits, and just waited for everyone. Did the same in Q3. Gone out on his first run, put a magic lap in. Went back to the pits, no pressure.
Do you want something even more frustrating? Paranoid now has JK Lowry for company. Paranoid has dropped off a little bit and he's now got JK Lowry for company.
Yeah, look, Ken Lowry is on brand new set of softs, so you expect this to happen very quickly. I mean, one lap, he's going to have a go, no matter what.
Yep, unless he doesn't get squeezed off the track.
My word, my words.
Nice overtake round the outside.
Nice overtake. Yeah, but that soft is probably 2 seconds faster than these hards by now.
Yeah, at this point of the race, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What penalties is everybody on, so then we can actually see? JK Lowry needs to gap him by 5 seconds this lap to actually...
Right, so if you just want to maybe get on board with me while you check penalties with Tunable. So yeah, so if you're on board with Tunable, this is the second last corner waiting for him. Well done to him in the racing point. This is his first victory in CDR, his first victory from a league race that I know. Slows down nice and tight. He's going to take the checkered flag. Is he? Yes, he is. Well played, mate. He is so excited. And a great race by Tunable. Topped it up in pole position. From pole to the win.
Warrior Huntsman grabbing a podium, finishing where I said he would. I said he'd finish on the podium. Evil Prime.
Yeah, so third for him.
Yeah, I did say he had decent race pace, didn't I? Around China.
Yeah, you did call that before. Evil Prime, we're waiting for him to come through.
And I think we actually, as a whole, I think JK Lowry, what a move.
Yeah.
That is coming from the depths of hell for that. Jesus Christ.
And he's going to take
he's going to take it on track, but drop down to 6th.
Yeah, there we go. The Evil Prime comes through. We're just waiting for...
King of the Hills will be the next man across. Barkmandu.
Yeah, he finishes in 7th. Barkmandu in 8th.
See, King of the Hills hasn't been the quickest driver all season. He's just been the most consistent. He's done what he's needed to do every single race and finished.
And that's all that counts.
Firmly in the points. And through that, he won the Drivers' Championship. And also
a little bit of luck and good consistency, you can make anything work.
Yeah. And also Bosso hit a rain of form at the beginning of the season, took most of the points for Red Bull early doors, and then King of the Hills became his teammate and they become the team to beat. So it was a nice thing to see with people. Evil Prime getting driver of the day. Bearing in mind he did start in like P20 I think and still finished P4. Which I think is the case. I'm just going to grab the race results when they flash up. I don't want to see the podium celebration. Sorry guys if you finish on the podium, but race results are more important at this point. Okay, guys, there we have it. That is season 1 of CDR as a wrap. Thank you for joining us. We will be back in literally a few short weeks. 2 weeks to be exact, from round 1 of season 2 for tier 3. So that will be the 8th of August, with tier 1 and 2 kicking off on the 6th of August.
Yeah, and I think everyone's looking forward to that. So from my side also, thank you very much for all the entertainment from Division 3 tonight, or Tier 3. Well played to everyone. And thanks for a great season. Kieran, thanks for having me in a comms box. It was lovely. Thanks for all the comments on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, just click the subscribe button and notifications, so you can get notifications.
Give all of the videos a like, give the channel a subscribe, and then head over to the other social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter. And we'll see you over there. All updates of race weekends, race results, so on, will be posted up there shortly. So thank you very much for your time this evening, guys. And for now, goodbye.
Just ciao.